We welcome you back to Goodman Diamond here in Madison, Wisconsin, as we bring you the home opener for the Wisconsin Badgers today, as they're taking on another Big Ten opponent in the Fighting Illini of Illinois. With that, we want to welcome you into the broadcast booth here at Goodman Diamond, joined alongside John Green. My name is Max Stapleton. You get beautiful views of what should be a great game today here in Madison, as we take a look at some of the players on both sides. I think we're both expecting a pretty good game today, John, especially on the pitching end of things.
Yeah, Sydney Sickles in the circle for Illinois. She will be pitching against a team she has had her number on. That is with the Wisconsin Badgers. This season, Sickles has a 2.11 ERA. Braun in the circle for the Badgers, Cessa Manyanama. But as you're pointing out, the roster's right now.
Yeah, of course. Let's take a look at that Illinois batting order. 3 lefties for this group today. They are led by Tyra Perry, for Illinois. Really one batter to look out for, Kelly Riono, leader of this team, 390 batting average this year, was a first-team All-Big Ten selection last year, expecting to have another great year so far in 2023.
Yeah, and she'll have to try and get that working here in the colder weather, and Wisconsin thinks this works in their advantage.
Absolutely. We talked with Coach Yvette Healy yesterday for the Badgers, talking about the cold weather game. Of course, this ended up being the home opener after a cancellation on Tuesday when the Badgers were supposed to play Green Bay. Coach Healy also expressed her disappointment, wanted to help out another Badger or another Wisconsin school as we take a look at Cessa Manyanama for Wisconsin getting the start today.
And she's been stellar this season, a 1.5 ERA, and as you'll see with this Wisconsin team this year, they're able to rotate through the pitchers, and Cessa has been one of them.
Well, we're just about ready for softball here at Goodman Diamond. Manyanama's on the mound. Steiner is in the box. And we're just a few minutes away from first pitch here. First pitch fouled off, and we are, in fact, underway from Goodman Diamond as Manyanama moves immediately to an 0-1 count. Take a look at Avery Steiner so far this season, just hitting a tick under 300. 5 RBIs to go along on her season as well. Really good out of the leadoff role is Steiner.
Yeah, really likes to be able to get on base. Manyanama trying to get an easy first out here right now in the advantage.
Manyanama taking her time. The 0-1 just left a little bit outside, so it goes to 1-1.
Looks like she went a bit off speed there after starting off a bit hot on that first pitch.
Steiner at the plate, left hitless in Illinois' last series against Indiana State. Looking to get going early here. Both teams really talked a lot about getting a hot start in this one as Steiner just fouls that one off to the other end. Both teams talked about the importance of striking first. When we talked to Kayla Conwin and Katie Keller yesterday, they really highlighted that, and it's been a strategy all year for Illinois as well.
Yeah, as for the Wisconsin side, they were able to come back against Michigan State in their first Big Ten series twice. Illinois, they've been certainly wanting to score in that first inning. They're 11-1 when scoring in the first inning.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Keller has been for her this year, just being able to have more runners on base. Keller gives Yvette Healy the ability to move around the lineup a lot more. You talked about it last year. Conway batted a lot in that leadoff role. Today she's batting third as she fouls that one off on an excuse-me swing.
Yeah, she tried to check it there, but just fortunately hit her bat. But we saw Sardashny when she got the out. She went to Keller, relayed info, then also went to Conway. So perhaps giving an assist to Keller, and Conway looking to finish the job.
Big moment here for the Badgers, the 0-1. That one in there for a strike, so quickly moves to 0-2 now on Conway. Both Keller and Conway talked about how last week at Michigan State the team got into a little bit of a habit of playing behind, but when they got out early, they usually had a lot of success. They're going to have to play from behind today as, is that a foul ball? No, I believe, well, yes, she did get a piece of that, excuse me. So foul ball here. Conway stays alive. The count stays at 0-2.
Yeah, kind of just got on top of that there, but point being, still alive in the 0-2. And with one out, looking to just get into play, advance Keller. Anything that drops, perhaps Keller can score. Sickles taking a bit of time, it seems.
Looks like
in
she's
that sign.
Yeah, exactly. Looked like she was getting a sign from the dugout. Conwit called time really quick. For Conwit, currently carrying a 6-game on-base streak. Went 3 for 7 against Michigan State last weekend. Did have a double and a home run as well, as the 0-2 is lined into left field, but yet again, just a little bit out in front of it was Conwit.
And we saw that with Zerdashti in the leadoff spot. Sickles really looks like hammering home those off-speed pitches. Wisconsin able to make solid contact. They're just Sickles able to fool Wisconsin and get him to swing early. And are they waiting for the fast speed?
That one just left outside, so the first ball of the at-bat moves to 1-2. Conwit is tied for the 10th most home runs in the Big Ten this year, with 6 of them. Also is top 10 in on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and OPS. As there's a line drive into deep left field, moving back is Stevie Mead. She's at the wall, and that one's gone. Kayla Conwit, right on cue, hits her 7th of the season, and this game is tied.
Able to pull that one deep left field, Max. Absolute blast. Still early on it. This one fair, though. Sickles still trying to win with the off speed. Conwit had other plans.
How about that? Look at the swing from Kayla Conwit right there. It was not sure if it was off speed or a fastball, but it was up in the zone. And Kayla Conwit was able to turn on that one, get a little bit under it, and allow the ball to carry out into left field.
Perhaps that was what Conwit was waiting for, and that's the mistake we heard that Wisconsin was waiting for. That one got left up.
Exactly.
And Conwit is able to tomahawk that one. Over the left field fence, right over that motion W, 200 and 218 out there in left center.
So how does Sydney Sickles respond now after giving up the 2-run bomb to Conwit? Brooke Kuffle's up to the plate next for Wisconsin. As Kuffle drives that one out into deep left, but it's going to go a little foul again.
I don't think we've seen a foul ball late here yet from the Wisconsin Badgers.
Interestingly enough, with 2 really good pitchers on the mound, I believe we haven't seen a strikeout yet in this game as well. A lot of balls put in play so far.
And that was an amazing thing there by Conwit, down 0-2. Still able not only to score Keller, but played herself in. And the game is already tied. 2 teams that rely on hot starts.
0-1 in there for strike 2. So the count quickly moves to 0-2 on Kuffle. Kuffle, a .289 hitter so far this season. 2 home runs, 7 ribbies on the year. The 0-2. That one just a bit outside, so the count moves to 1-2 now. Kuffle currently carrying a 3-game hitting streak. Went 3 for 6 at Michigan State last week. Did have a double, 3 walks, and 2 hit by pitches, so did a really good job of getting on base in that series. As that one hits her. So there you go, yet again, she'll get on base. And the Badgers right now getting a lot of people on board so far early.
Right on cue again from you, Max. Talked about Conwit's home runs, and you talked about Kuffle getting on base, and she gets hit.
It's a little bit of a gift for the Badgers with 2 strikes in the count. Looked like it might have just skimmed Kuffle. But either way, here's an outstanding freshman for Wisconsin, one of the futures of this program. It's Riley Crane. Crane playing second base today. Look at that .325 batting average in your freshman year. First pitch, just a little bit below the zone. Count moves to 1-0.
And already saw her in the field in the top half of the inning, perhaps saving a run. So able to do it with her glove and her bat.
The 1-0 in there for strike 1, so right at the knees. Count evens up. Every batter except for Katie Keller so far in this Badgers lineup has faced a pitcher with 2 strikes. Faced Sickles, with 2 strikes. That one just a little bit outside as well. So the count goes to 2-1 now on Crane. Crane currently carrying a 4-game hit streak.
She, by the end of the year, will probably be someone you want to look out for on that all-freshman team. Illinois had 3 all-freshmen last year. Wisconsin didn't have any. But Crane looking to be on that list.
There's a big wave and a miss that time from Crane, so the count evens up at 2-2 now. Over her last 4 games, part of this 4-game hitting streak for Crane, she has 3 runs and 4 RBIs, as well as 2 stolen bases. The 2-2. That one fouled off into the stands here, so we'll do the 2-2 yet again.
And there is a late foul ball.
Yeah, that might have been the first of the inning, that's for sure.
And that one was they're up in velocity.
The 2-2. That one chopped over to second base. Steiner is there. Easily fires that one over the first. Meanwhile, Kuffel moves up to second base. So call it a sacrifice hit for Riley Crane.
Still able to be a productive at bat. Getting a runner in a scoring position here. Teeing it up for Ellie Hubbard. Batting .271.
Hubbard batting out of that left-handed batter's box. And immediately flies one over to the third base side. Moving over is Rummel, and no one's going to be able to make the catch. Looked like Megan Ward might have had a play on it. The count moves to 0-1 nevertheless.
When you have a ball falling between 3 fielders, always aware of who's going to call it. Tough play there, but also perhaps just no one knowing for sure whose ball it was. Typically shortstop in that scenario has the right of way. Captain of the infield.
Hubbard, the shortstop today. Had a really good series against Michigan State last weekend. She takes a strike right there, so the count moves to 0-2.
That one getting the inner half of the plate.
Hubbard trying to stay alive here. The 0-2. That one just a bit outside. Good take there. 1-2 now on Hubbard.
That was a good eye there from Hubbard. In the 0-2 hole, able to hold off of that.
Sickles still looking for her first strikeout. Not going to get it there. The 1-2 moves to 2-2 now.
She's gone from inner half to now trying to go for the strikeout on the out on the outside of the plate. Taking her time here with the pitches now, slowing down.
There's a ground ball over to the second base side. The first baseman, Mallet, comes by, and she's out. There's a good play from the Illini to get out a speedy Ellie Hubbard as they come up to bat next, but not before Kayla Conwit ties up this game on a big blast in the first inning. Don't go anywhere here on Big Ten Plus as we have a 2-2 game. Danielle Davis, Paige Burkmeyer, and Elena Miller coming up next. Back in here at Goodman Diamond. 2-2 game now, entertaining first inning. 3 hits for the Illini, 2 for the Badgers, but Kayla Conwin went yard into left field. Big drive to tie up this game. So we'll see how Tessa Magnatmo responds in this second inning after giving up 2 runs on 3 hits in the first. First pitch into Danielle Davis. Davis is way out in front of, so the count moves to 0-1. Davis, a senior on this Illini roster this year. .226 hitter. Does have 3 doubles and 4 home runs on the season.
Showing bunt there. Perhaps trying to draw that infield in.
Could be part of her timing and her approach as well for Davis.
Yeah, it seems more of that.
So there's a quick foul ball as the count moves to 1-2. Magnanimo opened up this at-bat with an off-speed pitch, and that time you saw that lively fastball.
And that's what we were talking about in the first. That's what she wants to get Illinois at. She wants to attack them with the speed differences in her attack. We were able to see at the end when she was able to get out of the inning, able to get the pop-ups.
Still looking for our first strikeout in this game by either side. There's a pop-up right back to Magnanimo. She makes the catch, and there's one away.
And there's another one. Striking out Illinois can be quite difficult.
100%.
Just try and get them to make bad contact like we just saw there. Did for Magnanimo.
Illinois 11th in the Big Ten. Excuse me, 12th in the Big Ten, I should say, in strikeouts this year on the offensive side of things. It's going to bring up Paige Berkmeyer. First pitch in there for strike one from Magnanimo. There was a fastball that painted the inside corner right there.
Just able to get the perfect spot. Hit it there.
The 0-1 fouled off yet again, so Magnanimo doing a really good job in both batters she's faced so far, getting ahead. The count moves to 0-2. For Berkmeyer, a sophomore out of Ohio, just hitting a little bit above the Mendoza line this year. Does have that 1 home run and 8 ribbies. Touch too many strikeouts, I'm sure that she would like more than she would like this year for Berkmeyer. 14 of them, I should say. The 0-2. That one fouled off into the netting, so we'll do it again.
And that one looked like it was going off the plate. Able to make contact, though. Again, keep mentioning it wide in that zone. Don't want to strike out looking. That's usually the cardinal sin.
The 0-2 yet again. Swing and a miss for strike three. First strikeout of the game for either side. And Berkmeyer goes down swinging.
And there she brought the heat high up into the zone. Couldn't catch up to that.
Take a look at the series history with both of these teams. The Illini winning it by 11 games. The last time these two teams faced each other last year, the Illini had their way with the Badgers. They won that one 7-1. They're looking to extend that 5-game win streak against Wisconsin. First pitch in to Elena Miller is fouled off, so the count moves to 0-1.
These teams are a bit familiar with each other. There's some players on the Wisconsin team that have played with some of these players on Illinois back when they were travel ball days.
Only 15 at-bats for Miller so far this season, the freshman from Indiana. That one left, that one in there for a strike on the outside corner, so the count goes to 0-2. Seems like this inning, Magnanimo's really picking that outside corner a good amount more.
And she was smiling there. She knew she just hit it dead on. And she was waiting for that call and got it.
Magnanimo trying to have a clean inning here. That one just a touch outside, so the count moves to 1-2.
Went for it again. Just missed. Saw in the last step back it in the first strikeout. How the speed, throwing off speed, high speed works.
Swing and a miss for strike three, and the side is retired. Tessa Magnanimo with 2 strikeouts in the inning, works a 1-2-3 inning, and the Illini go down in order. Angelopoulos, Schlosser, and Linkletter due up for the Badgers in the bottom half of the inning here on Big Ten Plus. Back in here at Goodman Diamond in a 2-2 game between the Illini and the Badgers. Sydney Sickles out there for her second inning of work. She's going to face off against Chris Angelopoulos first. And there's a line drive in the right field, but it's going to go foul. Good contact there from Angelopoulos to start off this at-bat.
Angelopoulos, trusted catcher in this lineup, though it sometimes struggled hitting this last year. 10 RBIs this season, batting 171.
Looks like timeout was called before that pitch, so that one won't count. As you said, Angelopoulos really known to be fantastic behind the plate on the defensive side of things. Has some good numbers offensively, too. 10 RBIs this year, 2 runs, 3 doubles. Not bad at all.
Yeah, able to bring more with the bat. It's helped Wisconsin this season get even better.
You can see the pop right there, but that one just hooked a little bit foul off to the right side. So as has been the case for the Badgers so far today, a lot of early swings, a lot of foul balls pulling it.
Saw at the end of the bottom of the first how Sickles was able to bring the heat, which was making Wisconsin a bit late. Here starting off with the off speed again.
The 0-2, just an excuse me swing pop-up out to the shortstop. Megan Ward makes the catch easily. And there's one away here in the second.
Almost able to find a little hole in there as it was falling there between Ward and Meade. So not difficult for Ward at short to just range over.
Ward not wearing a visor on the field. Believe she's the only one. Never seen that before. First pitch into Molly Schlosser is popped up and fouled off behind the plate.
Batting .242 and another great defender out in center field.
Sophomore from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin is Schlosser. Had a really good series against Michigan State, 4 for 10 in that game. She actually has 5 hits in her last 5 games. So that one's just going to be a little bit low and outside, so the count evens up here to 1-1.
Able to do that from the 8th spot in the order. Last 5 games. That's production. Can't undervalue.
There's a high fly ball in a center field. Moving over is Miller. She makes the catch. Quickly now there are 2 away here in the second. Manyanamo was able to bounce back really nicely after a little bit of a struggle-some top of the first inning. Looks like Sydney Sickles is doing the same thing here.
Yeah, Sickles now perhaps in a groove of her own. And Linkletter, who showed some pop yesterday in practice, looks to do it here at the bottom of the order.
Well, there is Coach Healy for the Badgers and Linkletter in the box. First pitch fouled off to the left side. Coach Healy holding that 60.5% winning percentage with Wisconsin.
Linkletter, no home runs on the season, but she certainly has it in her to do so.
Again, another player with not a ton of at-bats so far this year.
Young sophomore.
So the count moves to 0-2 on Linkletter. She didn't play a whole lot last year, the red shirt freshman from Johnsburg, Illinois. When you don't have a whole lot of at-bats in the season, going up against Sydney Sickles is no easy task. She finds herself behind 0-2. That one left just a little bit outside, so the count moves to 1-2. Sickles still looking for her first strikeout of the day. She has 93 of them on the year. That's good. That's tied for 5th best in the Big Ten this year.
And pitching as a whole for Illinois has been solid, 2.85 ERA. Sickles lower than that, 2.11.
There's a ground ball past a diving Avery Steiner and into the outfield. So we talked about it. No easy job to go up against Sickles, but Linkletter gets the job done, and the Badgers have a man on board.
And able to turn the lineup over now. And Sir Dashney was able to have that 10-pitch at bat last time.
Yeah. Talked about how good she's been in the leadoff role. You saw it right away in this game, as you mentioned. A 10-pitch at-bat that ended with her grounding out to the shortstop. She's going to start this one 0-1.
She has now more data in her head, having seen Sickles' pitches now so much just off one at-bat. So let's see if she tries to transfer that here to an on-base outcome. Sickles has to worry, of course, about Linkletter at first.
That one a little up and inside, so the count evens up to 1-1. Since Sardashny has moved up to the leadoff spot for Wisconsin, she's batting .316 with 12 hits, 4 doubles, and 6 RBIs.
Safe to say she enjoys batting in the leadoff spot.
Well, not just her, but her team as well. The team itself is 12-3 with Sardashny in the leadoff spot. As there's a pop-up right behind home plate. Going to be a tough play for Berkmeyer, and she makes it to retire the side. So Katie Linkletter does get on board, but nothing comes of it as the Badgers get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. When we get back, it's going to be the top of the lineup for the Illini, Steiner, Meade, and Riono here on Big Ten Plus.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
But, landed left, curling left, as close as you can get.
So yet again, we have a 2-2 count. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up, and it's a swing and a miss for strike 3. How about that for bouncing back from Tessa Manyanamo? Almost gave up a big home run. Instead, it's strike 3 for the second out of the inning.
Almost like just a complete shift in momentum. 1 second you think you give up a go-ahead home run. The next, still a tie game with a strikeout.
3rd K of the game for Manyanamo. You saw her show some emotion there right after she hits Delaney Rummel. Looks like on the side area. So Rummel will go to first base. Hopefully she's all right, walking it off.
That one stung a bit, especially in the cold.
It's got to, yeah.
These are going to sting a bit more than typically in Wisconsin. Starting about half their year on the road, places like Florida, Mexico.
That's true. They've been to a lot of
Texas.
very warm places so far this year.
But they've been practicing out here at Goodman. They've made sure to do that, even when they have an indoor facility.
So everyone's taking their time here. Megan Ward's going to be the next man up for Illinois. They're just checking over on Rummel at first to make sure she's okay. She's nodding her head.
Ward grounded out to second. Her first at bat.
First pitch in, fouled off towards the left side, so the count moves to 0-1. And that was a first pitch ground out for Ward back in the first inning. It really changed the course of the first inning around when Delaney Rummel and Megan Ward both got out on the first pitch of their at bat.
Yeah. Manyanamo gave up the first 3 hits. Then is able to go 1, 2, 3 after that.
So a big moment here. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 3rd inning in a tie ball game. Manyanamo trying to get herself out of trouble, but Ward's going to call timeout first. So we talked a little bit earlier about how Kelly Riono in her last 5 games is having an incredible amount of success. Well, Megan Ward not too different. She's on a 7-game hit streak, hitting .590 over her last 7. The 0-1 in there for strike 2.
Having to worry about that. Spot number 5.
Big pitch here, the 0-2. That one fouled off. A nice job by Ward just staying alive, getting her bat on that one.
And again, Manyanamo. Broken record, but another 0-2 count. She's getting ahead quickly. Though faces runners in scoring position, or runner in scoring position. Trying to get out of it with the with the game still tied.
The 0-2. Manyanamo might have thought she had that one, but left just a little bit off the outside corner, so the count moves to 1-2 now.
Again, when you're with the 0-2 count, you can play it around a bit. Still in the 1-2, pitcher's count.
The 1-2 yet again. That one fouled off yet again. Another really good at-bat here from one of the Illini, Megan Ward this time. Next pitch coming up will be the 6th.
But when there's someone as hot right now as Megan Ward, can't take for granted the advantage. Ward is going to play another runner in.
This next one will be the 44th pitch of the evening. Thought she was about to throw it overhand for a second as I looked down and looked back up. No, but she's just changing her balls there, so. Ward batting exactly 300 after she went 0 for 1 earlier today. 1-2 in there for a called strike 3, and the inning is over. How about 4 strikeouts through 2 innings of work for Tessa Magnanimo as she leaves 2 runners on in the third. Still 2-2 here at Goodman Diamond, and when we're coming back up, it's Keller, Conwit, and Kuffel for the Badgers here on Big Ten Plus. Back in here at Goodman Diamond, Badgers trying to take the lead here in the bottom of the third. You see 56 degrees and cloudy right now. A lot of humidity, so we are expecting a thunderstorm later today, hence why the game was moved up from 5 to 11. First pitch swinging that time from Katie Keller. It's a high fly ball into right field, but just in front of the track is Danielle Davis for the first pitch, or the first out of the inning, I should say.
Oh, she's going to want that back. She just got under it. Had timing.
Got excited there for a second. We saw Kayla Conwit, the woman at the plate right now, kind of hit a fly ball deep in the left field that just carried out of here.
Yeah, and that was, here's Sickles looking for another crack at it against Conwit. Left one high, which Conwit was able to take advantage of, even though she started off 0-2 in that count.
Conwit back in the first inning, hit her 7th home run of the season. 2 RBIs in the process to tie up this game. The 1-0. There's a line drive right to the third baseman, Delaney Rummel. She collects and fires on a first, and that's a nice play by Rummel over at third for the second out of the inning.
Hot corner.
Yeah. Especially when it comes off the bat of Kayla Conwit.
Oh, I mean, we saw what she was able to do with that first hitter first, and there, just between a grounder and a liner off the hop. Got to be on your toes when she's up the plate.
So here in the third inning, 3 pitches and 2 outs for Sydney Sickles. Now up to the plate is Brooke Kuffel. First pitch just missed a little bit low and outside, so the count goes to 1-0.
Wore 1 in her first appearance, but perhaps just grazed her.
51st pitch of the night for Sickles coming up here, the 1-0. That one right down the middle for strike 1, so the count moves to 1-1. Kuffel on the day. She was hit by a pitch back in the first, eventually got up to second base, but couldn't be brought in after that. So no official at-bats for her so far. The 1-1. That one left about a foot outside. 2-1 now on Kuffel.
Yeah, there's a runner left on base for the Badgers. 1 out. Now 2 outs here for Kuffel.
2-1. That one just a bit outside, so it moves to 3-1 now on Kuffel. As we said, a really efficient inning so far for Sickles, but now she's fallen behind the 5-hole hitter for the Badgers. I should say the 4-hole hitter, excuse me.
Wisconsin team looking for mistakes here. 3-1 count. Here's the way to do it.
That one just scrapes the inside corner, so the count moves to full here.
And that's probably what she was thinking. Not a pitch she liked. She'll just wait on it on the 3-2. Now having to swing anything in the vicinity.
The 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That one a little bit upstairs, but Brooke Kuffel offers at it, and Sydney Sickles works her first 1-2-3 inning of the day. Sydney Sickles, she's retired 6 of the last 7 on that strikeout to Brooke Kuffel, as Mallett, Davis, and Berkmeyer are due up for the Illini here at Goodman Diamond. Back in here for the top of the 4th inning at Goodman Diamond. So far, this game flying by a bit. Let's take a look at Tyra Perry in her 8th season as the Illini head coach. That's 60.9% winning record. Magnanimo out there for her 4th inning of work. She's going to go up against Mallett, Davis, and Berkmeyer. First pitch in, going to be a little bit high. For Sydney Mallett, back in her first at-bat, ended the first inning. It went 1-6-3 off the glove of Magnanimo. Then Hubbard was able to collect it for her and throw it to Kelly.
Not usual, but still the same outcome.
There's a line drive into right field. That one's going to fall, and it might go to the wall for extra bases. Rounding first is Malat. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off. So how about a leadoff double for the Illini here in the fourth?
Attacking early on the 1-0. Solid pitch he liked immediately. And that's just solid contact into the gap. Splitting left and right field and center field. Schlosser and Linkletter out there. Cedar on her horse. Stand-up double.
And she was hustling around first base, thinking two the entire way. Wasn't sure if either Schlosser or Linkletter was going to get there to cut it off. Ended up rolling to the wall for an easy stand-up double. So that's going to bring up Danielle Davis. She popped out back to the pitcher in her first at-bat, and she starts this one 0-1.
Ooh, Angelopoulos. Nearly an off throw there back to back to
Magnanimo.
Brain lock there, Max.
Hey, again, a home opener. First game in a long time.
Said Gerardo has not played this year.
The 0-1. That one bunted and popped up in foul territory. No one's going to be able to get there. Actually, Magnanimo is asking for a runner's interference here. She collided with Danielle Davis. I don't think she's going to get it, though.
That's also just a case where, like, what's Davis supposed to do? She's running the first. She's still in the base path.
Yep.
Nothing wrong doing by her.
Not sure if Magnanimo would have been able to get there either way.
Would have been a tough play. Was looking, though, at Mallet, who almost left second base.
The 0-2. That one left in the dirt. Nice scoop that time from Angelopoulos. Count moves to 1-2 now. On deck for the Illini is Berkmeyer. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, too. Magnanimo did a really good job first time through the order of facing this bottom third of the order. As there again, there's another strikeout for Magnanimo. A big swing and a miss from Davis. Magnanimo's 5th of the game so far.
Pulled the string there. And Davis has that routine there where she starts off with the bat in front. Particularly said she was going for bunt. That just, helps her in a routine. And we saw the same here from Berkmeyer, and she'll do it again.
So with a runner on second, Berkmeyer comes up to the plate. As mentioned earlier, she's 0 for 1. First pitch she sees, she fouls that right back up here, so the count moves to 0-1.
And Magnanimo starting off the inning, 0 outs, a runner on second, able to get 1. Tricky situation to get out of as she faces the bottom of the order.
The 0-1 to Berkmeyer. That one left a little bit upstairs. Count evens up at 1-1. Pitch count in good shape for Magnanimo so far. Only 56 pitches through 3 1/3.
Just got roughed up in that first inning, but settled down after that meeting with her coach, Yvette Healy, and the rest of her team.
There's a nice pitch right there for strike 2. An off-speed pitch just locked up Berkmeyer. So count moves to 1-2.
Going from a high fastball there, almost face level, and then they're off speed, throwing Berkmeyer off probably a bit. Having to adjust to that difference, and that's exactly what Magnanimo will be going for and has been.
There's a line drive in the left field, but it's going to hook foul. So the count remains at 1-2. I've seen a lot of loud contact today on both sides of the field. But so far, the only home run we've seen belongs to Kayla Conway.
Again, just another 1-2 count for Magnanimo. She's been living in it today.
She's looking for her 6th strikeout here. Will she get it? Not on that pitch. That one left up and inside. Count evens up.
That one just kind of, almost grazing Berkmeyer. Pushes her off the plate.
Berkmeyer, last year she was on the Big Ten All-Freshman team, mostly as a designated player and catcher. The 2-2, that one they're going to say hit her a little bit. Maybe scraped her, actually the umpire's going to rule it that it didn't hit her.
Yeah, he's trying to call her back. Let's look at on the replay.
Ooh, that's close. She didn't get out of the way necessarily.
You can see Angelopoulos is saying her arm, she moved it out in front, or it was there over the plate.
So the count moves full, 3-2. Good at bat here from Berkmeyer. The payoff. That one fouled off towards the right side and out of play again. So we'll do it one more time.
She certainly does have a stance where she is right there on over the plate. She is close. Oftentimes can solicit hit by pitches, but at the same time might get called back for being over the strike zone.
The payoff yet again. That one fouled off yet again. Might remain in play for Angelopoulos. She won't get there. She laid out, though. Tried her hardest. We'll have another payoff pitch coming up.
Onyanamo hugs Angelopoulos like, are you okay? Dangerous sometimes running into the backstop. Tessa, of course, liking to see her catcher go out for it. Trying to get an out here in a pivotal spot with a runner in scoring position still. If you have forgot about Mallet there on second.
9th pitch of the at-bat. In there for a called strike 3. Onyanamo showing some emotion after she gets her 6th strikeout of the game.
She is feeling it right now, Max, after giving up 3 hits to the first 3 hitters of the game. And right now, 6 strikeouts. Last 3 innings, not even complete.
3 of the last 4 batters for Illinois have retired via the K. Looks like Tyra Perry's having some words here for the umpire, so we'll see if a substitution is coming. Looks like they're going to go to a pinch hitter here. It's going to be number 5, Katie Powell for Illinois, subbing to replace Elena Miller. Miller can, of course, come back into the game in NCAA softball, so we'll see if Tyra Perry uses that. But for now, Powell, a 191 hitter on the year. She was second team All-Big Ten last year. Just having a little bit more strugglesome of a season this year so far. First pitch, she fouls it off.
You're just looking to, get in play, contact, 2 outs. Will most likely score Mallet, and from second, anything in the outfield. She'll be running off the bat.
Two game, runner on second, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Illini. The 0-1, that's a check swing. Did she go?
It doesn't matter. Home plate umpire said strike. She went.
There you go. So the count moves to 0-2 now on Powell. Powell last season started every game for the Illini. Throughout her high school career, she was a 3-time All-First Team player. She also won Offensive Player of the Year 4 straight seasons in high school. The 2-2. That one left outside. Count moves to 1-2 now. I should have said the 0-2, excuse me.
Now the 1-2 and 2 outs, so be interesting to see what Mallet on second. Perhaps she thinks strike. She might run. Get a head start.
That one just left a little bit upstairs, maybe a touch outside as well, so the count evens up now. Now it's 2-2. For Onyanamo, 3 of the last 4 batters retired via the K, as I said earlier. She's starting to really feel herself, showing a lot of emotion after every strikeout so far today. This is going to be a big one here. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Tie game. The 1-2. That one yet again just a little bit up and outside.
Close. Angelopoulos holding it, freezing it there. What's really interesting is Powell has a nice little interesting routine here when she steps into the box. Goes like a fully stretched out her arms with the bat.
So yet again, we will have another payoff pitch here in the top of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 3 strikeouts in a row for Tessa Onyanamo as she gets herself out of a jam. Due up for the Badgers in the bottom of the 4th, it's going to be Riley Crane, Ellie Hubbard, and Chris Angelopoulos here on Big Ten Plus. Back in here at Goodman Diamond. Still a 2-2 game. after Tessa Manyanma was able to get herself out of a jam with a runner in scoring position last inning.
And this game being produced by students at the University of Wisconsin as part of the Big Ten Network Student U program. As on in-campus experiences that is unique to the Big Ten, Student U is a part of an educational mission to teach the next generation of sports production professionals. For more information, visit bigtennetwork.com/studentu.
Riley Crane to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. She's going to start off this at-bat 1-1 after the first pitch was a strike. Crane had grounded into a fielder's choice her last time out back in the first inning, 4-3. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss that time from Crane as the count moves to 1-2 now. Sydney Sickles back out on the mound for her 4th inning of work here today. Worked a 1-2-3 inning last time out. After a shaky first, she's really settled in nicely. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Sickles' second strikeout of the game. Make it back-to-back case for the Illini pitcher. That's going to bring up Ellie Hubbard.
And we're seeing these pitchers settle in. Already see it from Anonimo and Sickles. Great pitcher. It's dangerous when she settles in. She made the one mistake to Conway, but since then.
First pitch into Hubbard's going to miss down low. Count moves to 1-0. Hubbard grounded out to the first baseman last time out. Hubbard, that average now at 267 on the year. Still 6 ribbies. The 1-0. That one up and outside. 2-0 here, so a good job from Hubbard getting ahead. Haven't seen that very often from Wisconsin hitters against Sickles so far today.
Yeah, I thought going into here, Wisconsin would be a bit more selective. They've been swinging. Now in 2-0. We saw it earlier in the last inning, 3-1.
There's a high drive into deep right field. Moving back, Danielle Davis. She can't make the catch, and it's over the wall. Ellie Hubbard gives the Badgers the lead on a solo shot. It's 3-2.
And that one pulled and blasted Max again early on it. Perfectly driven out there. Solid contact.
Take a look at that one again. Look at Hubbard showing some emotion, rounding the bases. That's a big shot out into right field. Thought Danielle Davis might have a play on it, but how about them Badgers taking the lead here in the 4th?
2-0, she found her pitch, chose it, swung at it, capitalized on it, and Wisconsin is in the lead.
Talked about it. It's going to be hard for the Badgers to get ahead of counts, but when you do, you better capitalize on mistakes. Coach Healy emphasized that a lot while we were talking to her yesterday. Hubbard doing that right there. Angelopoulos starts off 0-1, going up against Sickles. Now count moves up to 1-1. Angelopoulos popped out over to shortstop her last time around. It was a nice play by Megan Ward.
Wisconsin in the lead. Illinois team that has really thrived on getting out early. They were able to do that. Wisconsin fought back, tied it. Now in the lead, so Illinois in the hole.
Big swing and a miss that time from Angelopoulos. Also, a good note about Ellie Hubbard. That was actually her first home run of the season. Angelopoulos also still looking for her first. She's down 1-2, however.
Call time late. Got it. But yeah, Hubbard had the hitters count. Angelopoulos having to stay alive. Almost made a great play in a catcher. Previous inning.
Sickles getting her signs from the dugout. Here comes the 1-2. That one left just a little bit low. Went off speed there, did Sickles. Count evens up.
Good eye by Angelopoulos to lay off. Didn't even think about it. Saw that the whole way. Fighting back into the count.
She grounds that one foul, so staying alive again. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up after this. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Illini so far today. 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors for Wisconsin.
Illinois' defense has been solid this year. 97.1% fielding percentage. Have turned 11 double plays.
2-2 fouled off yet again. Nice job staying alive by Angelopoulos here. Yeah, that fielding percentage for Illinois, good for 4th in the Big Ten. Wisconsin last in that category.
Yeah, Wisconsin sitting at 94.8%, 37 errors.
The 2-2, and another foul ball. Angelopoulos putting up a great at-bat here. 8th pitch coming up.
We saw that at the beginning of the game from Serdashny, and Angelopoulos able to chip in here. Just battling away with Illinois.
Well, there's a ground ball right to first base, but Malat couldn't handle that one, and Angelopoulos is actually going to see herself safe at first. We'll see how that one is ruled. Might be an error on Malat.
That one went through the wickets. We were just talking about a great fielding percentage from Illinois. Just a rare error there. Perhaps took a funky bounce in the dirt. Looks like we're having a substitution, Max.
Take a look at that one again really quick. Yeah, just right under the glove of Malat.
Peyton Bannon is going to go into run for her.
So pinch runner, Peyton Bannon for Angelopoulos. Molly Schlosser's up to the plate for Wisconsin. She's currently on first. Schlosser this year, or today I should say, she's 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch in, popped foul and out of play. So the count goes to 0-1 on Schlosser.
Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on Bannon once it comes out of Sickles' hand. Upon release, Bannon can go.
The 0-1. Runner goes. The pitch is a strike. Here comes the throw down. It's not going to be in time. Call it the 6th stolen base of the season for Peyton Bannon. And now Wisconsin with a runner in scoring position trying to add on some insurance runs here.
And that's exactly why Healy put her in there. And now pressure on Sickles with Schlosser. 1 out. Runner in scoring position trying to get the insurance run.
There's a high drive into right field. That one's going to be hooking foul. Would have been over the wall, but is a foul ball instead.
Davis Stride extending that as far as she could. Just ran out of room at the wall.
As we said a couple of times today, lots of loud contact on both sides, but a lot of foul ball home runs. Runner on second, 1 out. The 0-2. Good eye there from Schlosser. Moves to 1-2 now. Badgers took the lead this inning off a solo shot from Ellie Hubbard. Angelopoulos was able to reach base thanks to an error. Peyton Bannon pinch ran, and there's a line drive right back to the pitcher. It goes off of Sickles. The play at first in time. A nice job by Avery Steiner recovering. Meanwhile, Peyton Bannon moves up to third.
1-4-3. Right off the thigh. Got to feel that a bit. Saw it earlier off the glove of Manyanamo. But that one's going to feel a bit different if you're Sickles. Gets the out though, so alleviates some of the pain. And now she's just an out away from getting out of the jam.
Looks like Illinois wants to have a word with Sickles here, maybe.
Perhaps checking if she's all right. Umpire there as well.
Yeah, definitely want to check on your pitcher after getting a line drive to the thigh like that.
Looks like it was the left thigh. Her left. And it's what she extends with on her lunge to the plate. So that's the plant leg. Gotta make sure it's stable.
Looks like everything is okay, and it's going to bring up Linkletter to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day with a single back in the second. First pitch in there for a strike.
Has 2 RBIs on the season. Great opportunity here to make it 3.
The redshirt freshman from Illinois. The 0-1. Looked like she checked her swing there. It did hit her. It looks like the umpire is going to say she has to stay at home.
May have hit that bat.
We'll take another look at it here. I'm not sure if it hit the bat or if they just ruled that she swung. Let's see it right here. I think they're going to say same thing as earlier.
Just going for the swing. And she certainly thought she had first base.
Well, they're just going to say that she didn't get out of the way, so it's going to be ruled a ball. It's 1-1. Next pitch outside, so the count moves to 2-1 now on Linkletter.
Bannon feet away from home plate. On the wheel, is able to steal second. Advances that to third on the 1-4-3.
2-1 left upstairs, so 3-1 now. Again, not many times tonight where the Badgers are ahead in counts, but it's worked out in their favor when they have gotten ahead.
As we saw earlier this inning with Hubbard, the 2-0. Another discussion here.
That is not Tyra Perry, the head coach for Illinois. So I wonder what they're talking about. I wonder if they're questioning whether or not that hit by pitch call should have been ruled a strike instead of a ball. Because are they saying that she swung on the pitch or that she just didn't move out of the pitch? Those would be two separate things in terms of the result of the game. Looks like everything got sorted out, though, so we're ready to get back into it here at Goodman. It's going to be a 3-1 count to Linkletter. 2 outs, runner on third.
And here's Linkletter's chance. Trying to cash in.
The 3-1. That one just scrapes the inside corner, so we'll go to 3-2 now.
Still ticks the strike, but just not what she wanted. Up there in the box.
The payoff. That one a called strike 3 on the inside corner, and that will retire the side, but not before Wisconsin gets another run on the board thanks to a solo shot from Ellie Hubbard. When we get back for the top of the fifth, it's going to be the top of the lineup for Illinois, Steiner, Meade, and Riono here on Big Ten Plus. Back in here at Goodman. Badgers now out to a 3-2 lead over the Illini, thanks to that solo shot from Ellie Hubbard. So now Manyanamo working with the lead for the first time today. See what she can do with it. Gonna go up against Steiner first, and first pitch swinging. Pop fly out into left field. Kuffel, nice over-the-shoulder catch there for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, able to track that one well. Goes to her glove side. No weird movement there, just able to range over. And just let that ball fall into the glove, doesn't have to stick it out. Nice smooth catch.
Well, there's Stevie Meade, the left fielder today for the Illini. She's 2 for 2. 2 singles and a run scored. First pitch in. There's a line drive, but hooked foul out of play.
And this top of the order, Steiner, who had the one hit in the first inning, has now put in play all 3 plate appearances, and now Meade also in play her 2 plate appearances, and there's contact early.
Manyanamo deals the 0-1. That one left a little bit high, so 1-1 now. This Illinois team in general on the offensive side of things, 12th in terms of strikeouts per game, 11th in terms of walks. Pitching-wise for the Badgers, 13th in terms of strikeouts, but first in terms of walks. So the 1-1, there's a foul ball right back into the netting. She was on that one, just a little under it. It's 1-2 now. Only 28 walks given up by the Badgers pitching staff this year. We haven't seen one today from Manyanamo.
You always hear that, both softball and baseball. The whole, walks are now more valued. Let's get on base, produce more runs, and sets up players here in the 2 spot and 3 spot.
1-2. There's a line drive into center field, but right there was Molly Schlosser. So it's 2 quick outs in this 5th inning.
Line that right at Schlosser. She started coming in a bit, but she's able to put it on the brakes. Looked like maybe that would fall a bit earlier. You can see that one is ripped there in the center, and Schlosser not having to move much.
First time Stevie Mead has not reached base today, and that's going to bring up Riono. Riono, the big bat in this lineup. 1 for 2 so far with a double and 2 RBIs. Big swing and a miss that time. Looked like she might have been out in front of a high fastball there.
Yeah, she was trying to jump on that pitch. And, able to be the producer right now for both of those Illinois runs. Struck out the last plate appearance. And Magnanimo able to groove one there, getting her jumping.
Another swing and a miss forced by Magnanimo there, so the count is quickly 0-2.
And those ones bringing the heat up high. See if she changes it up.
Yeah, what do you do here if you're Magnanimo? Do you stick with what worked and go another high fastball? Do you try to change it up, maybe go off speed down in the zone?
And those 2 higher velocity ones, it looks like she wasn't even timed well.
The 0-2, she went high fastball, but that time Riono was on it.
First one she was early, second one looked like a bit late there, back early. Sometimes when you see someone early on the fastball or pitches that are more upper in your echelon, try and go slow it down here, because logic says if they're early on a fast one, they'll be even earlier on the slow.
0-2, left a little bit upstairs. Count goes to 1-2 now. Kelly Riono, not an easy person to strike out if you're a pitcher. Only 15 Ks on the year, make it 16 after her strikeout in the 3rd.
Got a really high hitter, as we've been discussing. They're in the 700s the last few games.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. It doesn't matter how tough she is. Tessa Magnanimo gets the job done and works a 1-2-3 inning. When we get back, Badgers looking for some insurance runs, and the top of the order is coming up here on Big Ten Plus. And Sickles, she has killed the Badgers in the last couple of years. Coach Healy talked about this yesterday with us, saying when she's kicked your butt, you can get a little bit crazier with strategy and a little bit looser in terms of your strategy. And as you've mentioned numerous times tonight, John, Healy emphasized that the Badgers need to capitalize on mistakes against Sickles. To me, I think they've done a good job of that so far today.
And it's about knowing which pitches to swing at, having that curveball in there. Wait for one to come into your wheelhouse, and we saw Conwin tomahawk probably a fastball up there. That was a mistake. And then we saw Hubbard able to just smash one on a 2-0. Still Sickles giving up 3 today. Higher than her ERA. It's still very hard to hit against.
There's a fly ball and a foul ball there from Sardashny, so the count evens up at 2-2. Coach Healy also talked about the necessary need to string together extra base hits against Sydney Sickles, and the Badgers have done just that. Remember back in the first, Keller had a double followed up by a Conway home run. The 2-2 chopped over to third base, but it's going to roll foul. And, of course, Ellie Hubbard hitting a home run in the last inning. All of the runs today for the Badgers coming via the long ball.
Still able to get it through the coal there. And Sickles, of course, the second team all Big Ten. Facing Schwartz right now. Not the pitcher today for Wisconsin. She has closed out some games this year. Another second team all Big Ten player in this series.
Sardashny pops that one up in the infield. Looks like the third baseman, Delaney Rummel, is going to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Sardashny now moves to 0-3 on the day. Now Katie Keller up to bat. She's 1 for 2, as we mentioned. That double and a run scored back in the first inning. She made good contact last time up on the first pitch she saw in the third inning, but it was just a deep fly out to right field. First pitch in. That one misses up and away. Count moves to 1-0. With her double back in the first, Keller extended her 7-game on-base streak to 8. She's now a hit in 11 of her last 13 games. The 1-0. There's a strike right at the top of the zone, moves to 1-1. We asked Katie Keller what it was like coming to Madison, you know, her first full season, her home opener. She said it's been a great ride. She's become really close friends with Kayla Conway on the team. And as you mentioned earlier, just loves the ability to really compete in these Big Ten games.
And she definitely views Conway as a leader on this squad. And Conway's really helped Keller settle in onto this team.
The 1-2. That one, good job just staying alive from Keller there. Fouls it off.
Both fifth years.
Both of them really emphasize the ability to learn from one another, too. That's what stood out to me when talking to both Kayla Conway and Keller yesterday. They said that they teach each other. They're both scholars of the game. They both really know what they're talking about, of course, as you can see on the field.
And Keller wasn't able to relay info to Conway on the home run.
1-2. Off-speed pitch misses outside.
As she was on second base. But that's a lot of what we've seen this year in Keller. She is going to see Conway on, or perhaps a way back to the dugout, or perhaps a meeting. Will be able to relay what she saw.
The 2-2. That one low and outside, 3-2 now. So a good job working back in the count from Katie Keller. Works it full.
They have such a big trust in one another to do such. They understand, as you were mentioning, Max, how they're just such students of the game. Speak the same language, or on the same page.
The payoff. That one just a touch outside. A nice at-bat there from Katie Keller as she works a walk. Now the Badgers with 1 out have a runner on first for Kayla Conway.
Last time Conway was at the plate with Keller on base, she blasted one in the left field in the first. Keller was on second base at the time.
Kayla Conway, I mean, one of the most prolific players in Wisconsin softball history, the all-time home run record leader for Wisconsin.
And she told us she didn't even know she broke it.
Yeah. And look at that. Kayla Conway actually gets hit on the first pitch of the at-bat. So now runners in scoring position for Wisconsin for Brooke Kuffel.
Conway, when she did that last year at Goodman, she didn't know. She was not aware of that fact until she saw a flash on the center field scoreboard.
Yeah. What a fun game for Kayla Conway, too. She said even though she didn't know about the home run record, she was able to be surrounded by friends and family at the time. As you see, that one just scraping her elbow. Conway wasn't even sure about it.
Nevin in at first base. In for Conway, pinch runner.
Mary Therese Nevin, the sophomore from Orland Park, Illinois. As you mentioned, in at first base. Only 1 for 5 on the year on stolen bases. First pitch into Brooke Kuffel. That one's going to be called a strike on the top part of the zone. Kuffel 0 for 1 on the day. She was hit by a pitch back in the first inning and then struck out swinging in the third.
Nevin, teammates call her MT.
There's a line drive into left field, but it's going to go foul. So the count moves to 0-2. Good contact there from Kuffel.
Now really applying the pressure to Sickles first and second. But Kuffel down in the 0-2.
'95th pitch of the outing coming up for Sydney Sickles.
And that all started with the first step out of the game from Serdashny.
The 0-2 and off-speed pitch in the dirt. The throw down to third, not going to be in time. Yvette Healy is pumped up on the third baseline, cheering on her team's nice heads-up base running from both Katie Keller and Nevin.
Saw that drop in the dirt. Berkmeyer unable to secure it cleanly. And that's just great instincts there from the base runners of Wisconsin. And Keller on second base going to third. They'll recognize that immediately.
1-2. Line drive in the left field, but that one's going to go foul. Almost scary there if you're an Illini fan. Kuffel's put in some good contact on the softball here. Just has to straighten it out a little bit. There you see Keller taking off for third base. Got a good jump and a good slide.
And Keller, playing first today, can play catcher as well.
The 1-2. That one high and outside. 2-2 now.
So has an understanding of catcher's ability. Able probably to help her when she just advanced to third. Nevin right behind her.
The 2-2. That one fouled off yet again. Really good job of just staying alive that time from Brooke Kuffel.
Sickles trying to get the strikeout. 2 runners in scoring position. Ball in the outfield. Keller can score. One finds the hole. That's 2 in.
2 runners in scoring position here. As you mentioned, a single likely scores 2. The 2-2. There's a line drive and another foul ball there.
So Kuffel get this to sacrifice perhaps. Hit would get the 2. So anything in play. Badgers would be the 4. Sickles still marching on though.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Brooke Kuffel. And here it is, the 2-2. There's a line drive into right field. That one's going to fall for a base hit. Coming home to score is Keller. Also coming home to score is Nevin. And the Badgers extend their lead here. It's 5-2.
Pushes out in the right field. Line drive. And Nevin on her horse getting the wave from Healy. Able to get in the home plate, easily standing up.
It's a 2 RBI single for Brooke Kuffel, her first hit of the day, and the Badgers doing a really good job against someone they haven't had a whole lot of success with in the past. So it looks like they're going to use a pinched runner for Brooke Kuffel over at first. Bree Mitchell comes in to run. She's 1 for 2 on the year on stolen bases. Freshman from Shearville, Indiana. And Abby Hurst is going to come in to pinch hit for the Badgers as well, taking the place of Riley Crane.
Herbst hitting right here, but she can also pitch.
0 for 12 so far this season for Hurst. Has reached base once. She also hasn't pitched this year, although as you mentioned, she is listed as both a pitcher and a first baseman. First pitch is fouled off out of play, so it's going to go to 0-1 on Herbst.
Being lefty on righty matchup. Wisconsin is taking advantage of being able to use pinch runners here. Can sub in and out. There's a limit.
The 0-1. That one misses outside. Here comes the throw down. It's not going to be in time. So call it a stolen base for Bree Mitchell, and the Badgers keep on putting pressure on Sydney Sickles here with another runner in scoring position.
And she got that jump. Almost seemed like she left. It's like delayed.
I believe you can't leave until the ball's out of the hand.
You can't, but seemed like she waited a bit on there, and Brickmeyer, because she left the bag, then she ran, so you can't do that.
A little bit of a delayed seal too, I guess. So Mitchell now 2 for 3 on stolen bags this season. A 1-1. There's a fly ball into left field. Will it find grass? No. Stevie Mead makes the catch. Now there's 2 away. Ellie Hubbard coming up to the plate next. for Wisconsin. As you remember, only an inning ago, Hubbard gave the Badgers the lead on a solo shot. Runner in scoring position for Hubbard. First pitch in. That one just on the outside corner for a strike. Count moves to 0-1. Hubbard with her home run extending to her hit streak to 4 games and her on-base streak to 7 games. Been playing really well as of late. That one left a little bit outside. Count evens up.
Saw 1 strike, and that was all she needed to see in that last plate appearance.
Sophomore from Wheaton, Illinois. There's a line drive into left field. That one's going to fall and roll all the way to the wall. 4 extra bases. Coming home to score easily is Bree Mitchell. Moving on her way to second is Hubbard. And the Badgers now lead 6-2.
And she's having herself a day. Another RBI. It's time a double into the gap.
Badgers are rolling right now here in the 5th. Keep on pouring runs on. Kuffel with her 2 RBI single. Now Ellie Hubbard gets on the board with an RBI single of her own. 6-2. And Angelopoulos is up to the plate. Angelopoulos reached on an error her last time out and then was pinch ran for. Off-speed pitch misses the outside corner to start this at-bat. Three runs home for the Badgers in the inning. They're looking for more here. Can't really settle against a very good Illini team. 1-0. Fouled back. Angelopoulos last year, we talked about how good she is behind the plate. She finished last season with a 98.8 fielding percentage as a catcher. Not an easy thing to do.
No, and we certainly see how the pitchers appreciate her. We saw Tessa earlier give her appreciation.
1-1. That one in there for a strike. Looked like an off-speed pitch at the top of the zone. Goes to 1-2.
And has been able to improve as a hitter this season.
The 1-2. Just stays alive there, does Angelopoulos.
Watch out, crowd.
Good crowd here at Goodman today, especially with the weather we're expecting to come in only about an hour or so. Although it does look like the clouds are starting to clear up.
Looks like they will beat this, knock on wood.
Yeah, you better knock on wood there. So it's going to be a 1-2 to Angelopoulos. Sickles looking at her signs, and she deals. That pitch just a bit down low. A nice take there from Angelopoulos as the count evens up. Five hits aside here, but the Badgers outscoring the Illini by 4. Excuse me, Badgers now with 6 hits, I should say. The 2-2. That one grounded right over to second base. Avery Steiner fields and fires over quickly to retire the side, but not before the Badgers. They get 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. When we get back for the top of the 6th inning, it's going to be Rummel, Ward, and Amalet due up for the Illini here on Big Ten Plus. Back in here at Goodman Diamond. Tessa Magnanimo coming out to the mound to work on her 6th inning here. Let's take a look at the stats for today. 6 hits to 5 in favor of the Badgers. Stolen bases, doubles, and home runs all in favor of the Badgers, except doubles is tied. And look at this. Badgers are 15-2 when scoring 3 or more runs this season. Some pretty impressive stuff from our crew here on Big Ten Plus. Coming in left field for Wisconsin is Mary Therese Nevin. She's replacing Brooke Kuffel out in left.
And Nevin, in practice yesterday, robbed the home run in left field. It's play of the day.
So Magnanimo back out there, working up against Delaney Rummel. Rummel's 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch.
Magnanimo 8 strikeouts, last 11 batters.
There's a high pop-up, shallow outfield. Hubbard is there. She'll make the catch for the first out of the inning.
8 of the last 12.
Yeah, make it the last 12 batters now. Yeah, really after a shaky first inning for both pitchers, Magnanimo has done a great job of settling down. 2 1-2-3 innings since then, both in the second and the fifth.
She just certainly has high confidence. And this maybe a bit pumped going into Illinois.
First pitch in to Megan Ward. She swings and misses. The count moves to 0-1. Ward on the day, 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout. Ward lays a bunt down but fouls that one off, so the count moves to 0-2 now. Ward last year had a terrific season with Illinois, batted .315 with a .772 OPS. She also led the team in doubles with 16 of them last season. She has 5 so far this season. She's also batting .303, or came into today batting .303, a touch below that now as she's 0 for 2.
On top of that, it's a great fielder at short.
She fouls that one off.
Mentioning earlier, Illinois, great fielding team. If you're the shortstop, for them, you certainly have your way with your arm and glove, being able to command that infield.
This is a big at-bat for Megan Ward. She's trying to extend her 7-game hit streak as well. Talked about her earlier. She's batting .590 in her last 7 games. She fouls that one off yet again. She's putting up a good at-bat here, but still 0-2.
Having to face someone .590 in the last 7 games in the middle of the order. And struck her out looking at last at-bat.
She's down 0-2 yet again. Magnanimo looking for her 9th K of the evening. That one left just a little bit upstairs, so she won't get it there.
And these strikeouts for Tessa Magnanimo, not only have they, been strikeout looking or strikeout swinging, she's getting ahead in the count real early. These 1-2-0-2s, just putting her in a good place. I saw early she was getting some players to pop out, some shallow flyouts.
1-2 left a little bit outside. 2-2 now.
Now playing with them, just going around the plate here. Perhaps trying to get Ward to swing at something she shouldn't.
Ward taking her time getting back into the batter's box here. Takes a deep breath. Illini trying to come back from a 4-run deficit with only 2 innings left to play. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Her 9th strikeout of the game for Tessa Magnanimo as she retires Megan Ward.
9 of the last 13.
She has been feeling it, that's for sure. Quickly 2 away here. She's going to face Sydney Mallett next. Both times that Mallett has been up, she's been pretty good. Hit a hard line drive right back to the pitcher, ended up going 1-6-3 and then a double. First pitch right on the outside corner for a strike. Count moves to 0-1. And John, I can't believe I'm saying this. The sun, I think, has fully come out here at Goodman Diamond.
Who would have thought? The weather, for context, the weather report today, even last night, said for today it would be raining all day.
The 0-1. There's a hard ground ball right over to second base. Crane is there, fields and fires, and retires the side. Magnanimo works a 1-2-3 inning for the 3rd time tonight as the Illini go down in order. It's going to be Schlosser, Linkletter, and Sardashny due up for the Badgers when we get back in the bottom of the 6th inning here on Big Ten Plus. Oh, excuse me. What's going on here now? Looks like Magnanimo's coming back out. Looks like everyone's coming back out.
Entire Wisconsin defense going to the dugout and now having to
Not sure what
spread
happened.
back out.
Interesting here.
Illinois saw something.
They couldn't have called it foul. It was a ground ball to second base.
Unless it hit the plate?
Maybe catcher's interference of some sorts. Either way, umpire signaling it's an 0-1 count. And here is the 0-1. It's a ball, right above the zone, so the count moves up to 1-1. John, do you have any idea what happened there?
No, I need whiteout now, though, after writing 4-3.
Hey, man, that's why we always use pencil. The 0-1 from Magnanimo. There's a pop-up, and it's going to go foul. Count moves to 1-2. And that one hit the press box.
You hear a thunk. Don't know if you heard that in your audio feeds.
So yet again, Mallet with a chance here to extend her 7-game hitting streak. Or no, she did that earlier in the game. It's now 8 games. There's a ground ball over to the shortstop. Hubbard collects and fires on to first, and now I believe we are out of the inning. Yes, it looks that way. So Magnanimo, in fact, does work a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th, and the side is retired. Schlosser, Linkletter, and Sardashny are due up for Wisconsin for the bottom half of the inning. So you got to look at Magnanimo right there in the field behind her, working in a unison. Don't go anywhere here on Big Ten Plus. Badgers working with a 6-2 lead as we're here for the bottom half of the 6th. Make it 6 runs on 6 hits and no errors for Wisconsin. 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error for the Illini. Sydney Sickles back out there going into her 6th inning of work. If everything stays the same, it'll be her last inning of work. She's going to go up against Molly Schlosser first. First pitch a little bit low and outside. Count moves to 1-0.
Schlosser fly it out to center field, the first one, then
grounded into a fielder's choice her second time around as she fouls that one off.
That was when she hit it right back at Sickles.
That's the second time we've seen a 3-player put out today. Schlosser went pitcher to second base to first.
And no double plays, but we have 2 of those in the box score.
So it's going to be a 1-on-1 count on Schlosser. 235 hitter, 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple. That one goes up and above the zone, so she gets herself ahead. It's 2-1 now.
Moving off the inning. Linkletter behind her.
The 2-1. There's a line drive right to the second baseman, Steiner, who dives and makes the stop. And that's a great play from her to get the first out of the inning.
That can just change the feel of an inning, especially if you're Sickles in the circle. Big difference between no outs, runner on, and getting the first out.
Linkletter back up to the plate for Wisconsin. 1 for 2 on the day. Single and a strikeout looking. First pitch into her, way out in front of. Count goes to 0-1. Bottom 2 hitters of the order for Wisconsin today. Combined 1 for 1 hit and 5 at-bats so far. That one misses up and above the zone, so it goes to 1-1.
Linkletter had a RBI opportunity last at bat. Was able to extend that at bat, make Sickles work.
1-1. That one a little bit up and in, so the count moves to 2-1 now. And it shouldn't come as a surprise, too. Looking on the other side of things, Sydney Sickles, now in her 6th inning of work. She came into today with 93 innings pitched. It's good for 4th best in the Big Ten. Despite her team being down 4 runs here in the 6th, she's still staying in the game. 2-1, a nice off-speed pitch, dances on the inside corner. Goes to 2-2.
Evens up. Sickles can do what she wants here.
The 2-2. Fastball chopped over to third base. Rummel is there, makes the throw. And that'll do it for Katie Linkletter. So 2 groundouts and 2 outs here in the 6th. Next up for the Badgers is going to be Skylar Sardashny. Sardashny, 0 for 3 on the day. 2 pop-outs and a ground out. Looks like she's having a little bit of issue with her helmet here for a second. Sardashny, a 288 hitter. Started the day 300. Shows how meaningful each at-bat is, especially as we come to Big Ten season.
And she is 0 for 3 on the day. And we'll mention it over and over, hit this hammer. That first at-bat is still a really good one. Making Sickles work. First batter of the game from the Wisconsin standpoint.
There's a high fly ball drifting into foul territory, and it's going to go out of play. So the count moves to 1-1. Coach Healy yesterday, when we were talking to her, talked a lot about Sardashny too. Talked about how she's a little bit of an unsung hero on this team. Everyone focuses on Katie Keller and Kayla Conwit, but Sardashny, as mentioned, has been fantastic in the leadoff role for Wisconsin.
And she's just been really competitive at the top of the lineup. It's brought a lot of energy. It was a COVID baby, got roughed up that freshman year.
Big swing and a miss that time. Count goes to 1-2. Yeah, Coach Healy called her COVID baby, right? When a lot of the teams during COVID were keeping their seniors for an extra year due to that extra year of eligibility. Wisconsin really didn't. And Coach Healy said that Sardashny benefited a ton from that year. Though it might have been rough, she got a ton of experience. Count moves to 2-2.
We're seeing it pay off. This year she's really filled in. Wisconsin flourishing since she's been #1 spot of the order. Conwent benefiting in the 3.
The 2-2. Fouled right back into the netting. She was on it, just a little under it. As we'll remain at 2-2. Something that really stands out about Sardashny as well is not only does she hit for a good average, but her on-base percentage coming into the day was well above 400. 2-2. That one popped up in foul territory, going to hit the netting before Berkmeyer can make a play. Remains at 2-2. So yet again, Sardashny putting up a really good at-bat. This next one will be the 7th pitch.
Just making Sydney Sickles just delivered pitch after pitch. Not able to retire yet.
There's a line drive into left field. Sardashny just a touch early on that one. If she could straighten it out, it would have been way gone.
We've been seeing that from the top of this Wisconsin order, getting early on those. Hitting, you were mentioning that at the beginning of this game, and seeing it here near the close.
The 2-2 yet again. And yet again, Sardashny fouls it off.
I mean, this is really great from her. Like, leadoff hitter, job is typically just get on base, but if you're just able to make the pitcher work, able to relay information to your teammates, tire out the pitcher.
Especially in the 6th inning, over 120 pitches thrown today from Sydney Sickles. For the second time tonight, Sardashny in at least a 9-pitch at-bat. This next one will be number 9.
There's still a ball left.
2-2. Line drive. We'll do another one yet again.
Just like at the beginning of the game, Max.
Sardashny, she does come from an athletic family as well. Her father, Noel, he played baseball at Monmouth. And her brother, Shane, is actually a center fielder at the University of Texas, San Antonio. Lots of baseball, softball in this family. She fouls off yet another one.
And we just saw Steiner help Sickles perhaps regroup there, motivate her. Still got this. Teammate camaraderie there.
Still a 2-2 count. 11th pitch of the at-bat. Make it 12 pitches at least coming up.
It keeps going.
For Sardashny this season. She's following up a year last year, her sophomore season, in which she hit .262, 14 RBIs, 3 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. And another foul ball.
Wow.
What do you think you do here if you're Sydney Sickles? Do you
You still have a ball. Like, maybe you
try to tempt her out of the zone a little bit?
I think she's been doing that, though, and Sardashian has still been able to get her aluminum bat there. Sardashian can really cover the plate.
Pitch number 12. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's a drop third strike. So Berkmeyer throws over to first, and that will do it. After an 11-pitch at-bat, the Badgers do eventually go down 1-2-3 here in the 6th inning. Will the Illini be able to come back here in the top of the 7th? They're going to have Danielle Davis, Paige Berkmeyer, and Elena Miller due up for the Illini. Don't go anywhere here on Big Ten Plus. Here in this home opener for Wisconsin, she's going to start off the 7th inning against Danielle Davis as Davis flies one into right field. Under it is Linkletter. She makes the catch in foul territory. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th.
And Manyanamo, right, just raking up that strikeout. It's today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think her career high before this today was 8. That was last season, March 11th of 2022 versus Maine.
Now Berkmeyer's at the plate for Illinois. First pitch misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. Berkmeyer 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts. 1 swinged, 1 looking. Shows bunt here. Might pull it back. She does. And the pitch in there for a strike. Count evens up here at 1-1.
Yeah, her, Berkmeyer, and Davis, 2 of the players on this Illinois squad. That little rhythm. Looks like the show bunt. Does keep Wisconsin on their toes, though, in the field.
Pulls it back and fouls that one off, does Berkmeyer. So the count goes to 1-2 now. Manyanamo came into this inning with 94 pitches.
And with already a career day, just 2 outs from capping it off.
The 1-2. That one popped into foul territory, and it goes out of play over the Badgers' dugout. So we'll do the 1-2 again. It's been a great day for softball here at Wisconsin. Good vibes around Goodman-Diamond. Opening day, Badgers out to a 6-2 lead, so the fans here in Madison are, generally speaking, happy.
Clouds parted for them today.
And the sun came out.
Weather report false.
The 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2 now.
Can she get double digits?
Manyanamo looking for her 10th K of the game. Berkmeyer just fouls that one off behind the home plate. Angelopoulos gave it her best effort, but couldn't get there, so we'll do it again.
Great jump there by her. More effort shown by the catcher. That's another really almost impossible play to make.
Manyanamo's had a lot of success against this bottom third of the order against Illinois today. Overall, so far they're 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts. The 1-2 yet again. That one an off-speed pitch left in the dirt, 2-2. Excuse me, the count's actually full, so the count moves to 3-2 now. Big payoff pitch coming up for Manyanamo. Here it is. High fly ball, shallow left field. Nevin is there. She makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Mary Therese Nevin out in left field in replacement of Brooke Kuffel. And the Badgers are 1 out away here from getting another win in Big Ten play, trying to move to 3-1 on the season. Manyanamo again looking for her first complete game of the year.
Go through the order 3 times.
First pitch outside.
can end with the 9 spot. Miller was subbed in for Powell in the 4th inning for a pinch hit. Back out there, though.
The 1-0. Right down the middle for strike 1. Count moves to 1-1. Miller 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today.
Or Powell has one of those.
Excuse me, you're right. So Miller 0 for 1 with 1 strikeout. Powell has the other in the 9 spot for Illinois. The 1-1. That one chopped softly onto the third base side. Coming over Serdashny. She fires on to first. And the Badgers win their first game of the season here at Goodman Diamond by a score of 6-2 over the Illini. What a game it was for both sides. The Illini, they got on the board first with Kelly Riona hitting a 2 RBI double, but it was all Badgers since then. Kayla Conway gets a home run. Ellie Hubbard had 2 RBIs and a home run. And the Badgers found a way to break the winning streak for Illinois as they get their first win in the last 6 games against the Illini. See the home runs there for Wisconsin.